Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Miss Biancadonk and today I bring you an art video, or I guess a sketchbook video, because I'm doing it in my sketchbook this time. And look who it is. It is the one, the only, the Lara Croft. I'm actually doing the version from the reboot, so the Tomb Raider reboot from a few years ago, which I absolutely adored. I'm a huge fan of Tomb Raider. I remember playing Tomb Raider 2 for very many hours, so I'm gonna say like a lot of hours. And but I'll confess that I actually lost touch with Tomb Raider for quite a few years, so I missed all of them on, I guess, PS2, PS3, and I got back into them with the new reboot, which is the version I'm doing in this video, which I absolutely loved, since I have been a long time fan of Tomb Raider. Seeing it in high definition with a very realistic looking Lara was excellent, and I guess her whole it's like refurbishing her backstory, and I loved it. I haven't played the new one yet, so Rise of the Tomb Raider I have not played. That is something I really do want to sit down and enjoy, but I've seen gorgeous screenshots of it, so I know on the visual aspect it looks amazing, and I'll see on gameplay wise when I get around to playing it. So for this illustration, I actually decided to do something new. Instead of doing inked lines, I wanted to do something with pencils, like just pure pencils rather than inks or fine liners. And from the experience, I really enjoyed it. It takes about, I guess, the same amount of time from fine liners to this. So I probably will try it again, maybe with I have this, I think it's red or tungsten red or something. I have a bunch of them. I have crimson red, this one, I have a brown, and two blues, I think no copy blue and just like blue. They're back from my university days when you used to do all the line art in like these colors, and then you do your lines in darker, so when you scanned it onto the computer, those lines would disappear. It's like the old animation style kind of stuff that I used to do. So getting in touch with these again is something that I'm interested in. And of course, I know these pencils work very well with Copic, so they don't like destroy the image, or it doesn't like dissolve or do something really funky to my Copics. So it was a fantastic, I guess, trial run. Also, it makes the picture look very soft, as when you'll see when I start doing the coloring that like there's not the harsh lines of the black, which I shouldn't say harsh, but they are. It's not a negative thing. Like I love line art and I love how it can turn out, but in this picture I really wanted to do something softer, and you'll see in the colors that I chose very warm color. I used warm grays to do the shading, and just like overall like lighter kind of colors. So yeah, here I go. I'm still getting familiar with my Copics. I'm just trying everything I can do to put myself in situations to learn the actual medium. It's not something that you can pick up and be like, yes, I'm a professional in Copic coloring. It's definitely, just keep trying. Like if you want to get into Copics or alcohol markers, it's something that you have to just keep trying. Try anything. Try cartoon illustrations, try realistic illustrations, try everything that you can just to see the feel of the markers, just like anything else. Like when I started with my watercolors, oh my gosh, I think I remember my first watercolor was just like this underwater scape, and there was like no rendering. It was just pretty much I just blotted down all the colors. Just I wanted to get familiar with this medium. I've never done this medium. I always did oils, so getting into watercolors was almost liberating because they're very loose and you can do layer upon layer. You can actually lift. So if you don't like a color, you put more water and you just like take it off the paper. But it took years. Like I've been only doing watercolor for 10 years and I still feel like I don't know everything about it. The same as for pencil crayons. I love pencil crayons, but I still look for ways to improve my pencil work. So yeah. So about Tomb Raider, who I love very much. Teresa, who's I guess an online friend who I've met in person, suggested that I do her. So I am taking suggestions to do characters. It could be any characters actually. I prefer video games because I'm in the video game industry, but I like anime as well as movies and like nerdy stuff as well. So suggestions are acceptable, I guess. Either way, it's just more for me and to get familiar with it. Or if you, oh my gosh, maybe I should just do another medium in the sketchbook, because this is a new sketchbook and unfortunately the Copics do bleed onto the other side, and I didn't do a test before I started, so the page after this is kind of ruined, but whatever. It's a learning experience. All these videos are kind of like a learning experience. So I'm doing the, see, in the concept art that I chose as my reference, all this stuff is actually a really dark brown. Or no, sorry, black. And I didn't feel like black was gonna work, like too black. So I did like, I think that's warm gray 03. Yeah, because I have, no, sorry, warm gray. I have warm gray 1, 3, 5, and 7. And I actually don't use a 7, so this is the 5, and the leather or her cuffs is 3. Just because, like, yeah, I wanted to keep it very nice and light. I'm like all over the place with this audio commentary. I'm sorry, because I'm like watching the video as I record the audio, and so when things happen on the screen that I really like, I'll just like tangent off and talk about it. As per these pants, I felt that I could have done a better job rendering them. I feel like me and this green did not work out too well. And especially when I get to the shading of the warm grays, I definitely could have added more like dirt and wear and tear to them. They're kind of too perfect. Well, actually, overall, she's a little too perfect. I didn't add like any dirt to her or like survival scars or anything. She seems like pretty neat. And silly me, I totally forgot an arrow. She's like in this epic pose and there's no arrow on her. So she's shooting blanks. I'm sorry, Lara. It doesn't make you look like a good character because she's like, oh, I'm posing, but my arrow is not there. So it's my fault. I didn't add the arrow. And I only realized like once I finished the picture and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, this looks good. But wait, she has no arrow. Oh well, we all make mistakes. It's okay. So I go back a little bit over to make some lines a little bit darker or like define a little more, because the Copics, I guess like feathered it a little bit. So just like to define the lines more. And just looking at it, I kind of like this picture. So it's coming to the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It helps me out. And see you next time. Bye.